this morning? How y'all feeling this morning? How y'all doing this morning? It is great to be back home. It's cold here in Michigan. But being a Michigander and loving the four seasons of Michigan, I tell you what, there's no place like home. There is no place like home. And I am grateful to have the opportunity to be before you this morning. Listen, we were in DC live. We were really advocating on behalf of our municipalities, our school districts. There were people from all over the country in DC this week, and it was to get basically in front of your senator, your Congress representative, to make sure that they hear and continue to hear and see your voice. So it was great for me to go representing the city of Pontiac, Michigan, that I love so much. And being one of the leaders across the country in a lot of these spaces of education, advocacy, and also community engagement, I am grateful to have to be, in the midst of others who are doing the same things in their other respective cities and their other respective communities, because that's what it's about. It is about us as a collective making a decision together. And a lot of times we're not going to always agree. I got a chance to meet some folks that I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a fan of, and they probably not a fan of mine, but we were able to sit across the table, break bread, and have some discussions to kind of further get the other person to understand our perspective. And that's all you can really do and ask for, but you have to continue to advocate for the things you want and for the things you need. And again, and DC was a great weekend to do so. There was so many, I guess what was interesting to me about this week, I was, oh my God, how long has it been? Probably like a week or so. What was interesting the most is that you saw a variety of people who, from different walks of life, really still trying to get people to hear them and to see them. And there's this little spot, and I should have took a picture of it, but I didn't. Every year, after this particular time, anytime I go to DC and I'm on the Hill, this is bench that I like to sit on, and it directly looks at the Capitol. And I remember going after the January 6th, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to name it. But I remember sitting back thinking, and I was like, how could you destroy something so beautiful? How can you, as an individual who was there, if you were there, I wasn't there, but if you were there, in your mind, how can you fathom the thought to tear down and destroy what others had given you the opportunity to at least voice your opinion about? And if you go to look at it now, you would think that January 6th never even happened, the way that it's built. There's tight security around there now, and certain things that you're just not going to be able to do. Stand on the steps. You used to be able to have lunch out there. You can't do that anymore. So, but to still see people still coming, right? Like to still see people of all different nationalities and cultures and, different walks of life. Like, listen, we still got to be heard. That was the type of energy that was there. And that was the type of energy. Shout out to all the people who are still continuing to fight for the things they find to be important. And whether we disagree on what it is, whether we agree or disagree on what it is, the right to be able to do so is what's important. And I'm uplifting at this point and should be respected. We are continuing. I think you've seen some of my posts We are continue our series on Pontiac Proud, of course, recognizing individuals and just moving us in a space and continuing us in a space of finding the positive things that we can hold on, even in the middle of turmoil, even in the middle of distractions or things that may be taking us off course into another direction, or at least attempting to. They won't, at least attempting to. We still have some things to be Pontiac proud about. We still have some things to stand tall about. We still have some things that we need to speak on. We still have some things that we can move on. We still can champion a lot of opportunities that we have, and we will continue to do so. Thank you, everyone who has shared, liked, and subscribed to the Trust the Process movement, the page, the community, and the comments, even the comment that have been helping me to, what is it that you want to hear? What is it that you want to see content? Why, looking at content wise, and how do you want to be a part of the community? So if you haven't had the opportunity, let me give you that opportunity. Listen, go over to Mr. Trust the Process right now, share, like, and subscribe to the YouTube page. Also, getting over to Trusting the Process is the official Facebook page for us. And then don't forget to follow us on Instagram, because you can get over there and get some content from Mr. Trust the Process himself. Listen, I have some great, I don't necessarily say, how the president said, I have some marvelous news. Wonderful. It's going to do everything. Everything is going to be so beautiful. Everything is going to be so great, wonderful, extraordinary, things you never heard before. And our president is very dramatic and that man is very, he knows how to push people buttons. He knows how to get people to have conversations, uncomfortable conversations that they would have never had before if the man didn't even open up his mouth. And so whether you like him or you don't, whether you voted for him or you did, he's still the president of the United States of America. You can say he's not my president. You can go through all that, get into your emotions and your feelings and, and hoop line. You can get through any of that. But you better be paying attention to what the leader is saying, that the country that we all live in voted for, what he's saying and what he's trying to do, and the team that he has around him. What's more important than the president of the United States of America is the people who are supporting and moving the vision that he's forecasting. What's more important than the president of the United States of America is the people around him. It is the people that you see affiliated with him. The people that he's charged to say, hey, if I want to tear down or disrupt the Department of Education, so-and-so is the leader, so-and-so is the director. So you better start looking at them people. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited already because I'm really fired up. Really, I'm really fired up about what is happening and what is not happening. But you and I are going to be engaged. We are going to stay the course. We're going to stay the course on what we've decided to do was best for our community. Nobody else can change that. They can try to shift you. They can try to throw roadblocks. They can try to, talk about you. They can try to do all those crazy things, but we got to stay the course and the vision. And nobody is more important than watching or seeing, when you talking about a leader, the people that surround them. If you can get into the attributes or look at the people who are around certain leaders, then you know the direction that they're going in and what they're capable of. That's why I stress the fact that what's the company that you keep? Who the folks that's around you? Who the folks that's always trying to get inside your circle, your thought? Are you setting boundaries? Do everyone have the same access to you at the same level with the same type of response? Like, who has the ability to talk to you and move you? Or when you have certain things done, who do you call after God has downloaded in you the vision? Who do you call and share that with? Are they happy for you? Are you watching the people You in the boat, you rowing the boat, but the boat is going in the circle because you got people in the boat rowing the other way. Like, there's no more, the folks who you have around you at a particular moment in time is going to tell what you are about. It's going to give everybody else a beacon of what direction you trying to take whatever you doing in. So you have to choose people that don't necessarily, I don't like yes people. I don't like yes people around me. Being told yes all the time is a very dangerous thing. Being told you're great all the time is a very dangerous thing. I have individuals around me that don't challenge the vision, but will challenge how we get there. Again, let me say that one more time. They don't challenge the vision. They don't challenge even the will and thought and the importance of getting there. But they will challenge how we do it. They will bring a different perspective and say, hey, Gil, have you thought about this? Hey, Gil, have you thought about that? Have you covered this? And a lot of times, because there's different personalities that sit at the decision-making table, often I find myself and the team finds itself in a winning position because it took all types. It took different personalities. And you, as the leader, the person that they've allowed to place and be up front, have to know the personalities of the people on the team. Now that's a whole nother space. And I'm at 13 minutes already. Oh my goodness. See, I'm getting off track. Man, look, I appreciate y'all sharing, and subscribing. Thank y'all so much. One more thing. Listen, I had an opportunity, to talk to and see this guy face to face. We were able to have a discussion briefly. I plan on going back and talking to the person he's really helped me navigate and been a mentor, and just watching how he moves for years, how he has become a great father, a husband, how he's able to navigate his public service, and just sometimes you got to find people to emulate. Sometimes you got to find people that, if there's nobody who's directly in front of you to say, hey, this is the type of person I want to be, or pattern some things after, or pull some things out of to add to what I'm doing when you in this public service space, because they'll tell you everybody's the same, and everybody's not the same. But there are individuals that serve in public office that, to me, just do it right. They even when they wrong, they come back to admit that they wrong, and they appear to stand tall, in rooms of difficult times. And so I want to thank, my Senator Gary Peters, for just being that person for a young Gil Garrett, right? To now more mature Gil Garrett, and watching him and how he moves, and being very, very intentional about how his succession plan. Like, he's still going to be in DC for 2 years, but I'm just excited to see the fact that he is moving in the space and transitioning now, and not waiting until the last minute. And for me, I'm going to give him another thanks, man. I really appreciate you allowing a young cat like myself to really see what public services up front is all about. And I'll be highlighting more of the folks that have given me the opportunity to listen to them, or even drop in and they drop some nuggets on me, because you don't get to anywhere by yourself or alone. So, here on Trust in the Process, we, Sun Slappers, I like to give you a few things to help move you throughout your day and keep you engaged. And so one of the thoughts of the day, I want you to look at the crazy thing about people who don't like you. Man, let me tell you something, brother. They watch every single thing you do. They watch every single thing you do. What did I say? What do you mean, Gil? What do you mean by they watch every single thing you do? They watch every single thing you do. People who can't stand you watch everything you do. Now, here's the responsibility in that, since you know that. Don't do what they would do. You heard what I said. You know them people don't like you. You know they on your timeline. You know they in your stores. You see them. And you know they don't have, I often say, and I hear this all the time, I get talked about. I don't get confronted. It's a difference. And if you in a small town like me, and you have a big space and big responsibilities, people are going to engage you in a different way. They are going to dump their thoughts. They are going to dump what they think you are on you. You don't have to receive it, but know that they are watching. And don't waste time giving them something to play with, because they don't have nothing to do all day to be ignorant. When you on a mission and you have a vision and you have something, listen, they don't like you, but they watching you. And because you know that, you have the responsibility of showing them how to do things a little different. You have the responsibility of saying, you know what? I know this what this is, so let me feed them into a different space, right? Let me not feed the ugly bear that they trying to put me in or make me out to be, because that's just not something that needs to happen. I said this while I was in DC. I'm gonna say it now. I live by 3 simple rules. Love needs action, trust needs proof, and sorry needs change. Period. If you love me, show me. Show me. That's the only way I'm gonna pay it. That's the only. These are 3 rules, golden rules with Gil Garrett. If you love me, show me. Because these are 3 things that I believe that if I'm supportive of somebody else, this is what I would do for them. If you trust me, the trust is gonna need proof. That means I've proven to you that I'm trustworthy. If I've done something to offend you and I didn't know it, but you came to me and you told me, and I don't change that action, that's a problem. And so love needs action, trust needs proof, and sorry needs change. And these three pillars don't necessarily apply to everybody in your life. Start limiting the access that people have of you or to you, because where you going, and this is going to hurt, everybody ain't going. Everybody ain't going. And so listen, I appreciate y'all taking the time out and joining today. You know what I'm saying? It's been great. But we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. Thank you for sharing, and subscribing again to Trust in the Process. I appreciate you. I thank you. And listen, enjoy the day. Put them two ads back up. 2 spots back up. Think on them. Love needs action. Trust needs proof. Sorry needs action. Sorry, it needs change. All right? God bless you. Trust the process. I'm Gil Garrett. Can't wait to see you out there. If I'm seeing you in the streets, say what up, big what up, though. How you doing? Let's greet each other with love and respect, as God is often do for us. And don't forget, it costs you nothing to be kind, and empathy is free.